Hello and good evening, friends. Filling in for Arnab Goswami tonight, he is back tomorrow. The date is set for the citizens of the national capital to choose their next government. Going by the political acrimony we have seen as a build-up to the announcement today by the Election Commission, it seems like an unusually high-stakes battle. Apart from the prestige of being in power in the country's capital, the trajectories of national politics hinge on the alignments and realignments for the political players of Delhi. If AAP retains its hold over its original base, then Arvind Kejriwal can continue to fuel his national ambitions. A loss, on the other hand, could put AAP on road to political fade-out. If the BJP, on the other hand, succeeds in dislodging AAP, it might turn out to be a distant dream come true. Remember, it was the BJP that remained at the forefront of making Delhi into a state in the early 1990s. It's been a 27-year wait for the party. And then somehow could never find an answer to a Sheila Dikshit first and then Arvind Kejriwal. For the Congress, it is a matter of keeping itself relevant in the opposition space. After Haryana and Maharashtra, a whack by the electorate in Delhi could bring the knives out among the Indie allies to get the Congress out of their way. Let's set the stage for February 8th, the D-Day for Delhi, with an engaging debate tonight. Who's winning Delhi? And debate number 2. Report and deport the illegal immigrants, an appeal that the Assam Chief Minister has made. Let me get you the headlines now. Modi government honors former President of India Pranab Mukherjee. Centre has approved the earmarking of a designated site within the Rashtriya Smriti complex for erecting a memorial of late Pranab Da.
एज ए नेशनल ड्यूटी हमें यह काम करना है। बांग्लादेशियों को अगर रोजगार मिलेगा वो लोग आते रहेगा। तो यहाँ का हमारा इंडस्ट्री हो, हमारा ट्रेड हो, बिजनेस हो, एक बार हमें निर्णय ले लेता हूँ कि बांग्लादेशियों को हम काम नहीं दूंगा, वो लोग कहाँ आएगा?
Threat of illegal infiltration becomes a national talking point. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma makes an appeal to industry leaders, says stop employing illegal immigrants.
Poll is 5th and counting is 8th, and 5th again we have very deliberately kept Wednesday.
The wait is finally over. The dates for elections in the national capital are out. The voting will take place on February 5th and the results on 8th. It's a triangular battle between the AAP, the BJP and the Congress, or is it actually a straight one? We'll discuss. Alright, as Delhi braces for a fiercely contested election, the stage is set for a triangular contest, or as I said, possibly a straight fight between the Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP, even as Congress looks to find its groove again among the electorate in Delhi. Let's look at the developments of the day, then I come back with a panel of guests for a conversation.
केजरीवाल को एक शब्द से उसको डिस्क्राइब करना हो, वो है फर्जीवाद।
कांग्रेस और बीजेपी को अब औपचारिक रूप से ऐलान कर देना चाहिए कि वो मिलके गठबंधन में ये चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं आम आदमी पार्टी के साथ।
आपदा नहीं सहेंगे, बदल के रहेंगे।
दिल्ली में आपदा आई हुई है, दिल्ली में आपदा दिल्ली में नहीं आई, आपदा भाजपा में आई हुई है।
The stage is set in the national capital. Delhi will vote to elect its next government on the 5th of February. But with days to go, the Election Commission has raised an alarm.
पोलिंग ऑफिसर्स को धमकाने की स्टेज तक लोग चले जाते हैं बोलने में। दिस इज आवर रिक्वेस्ट विथ फोल्डेड हैंड्स दैट कैंपेन का स्तर ऐसे न गिराएं जो नॉर्मल वोटर थोड़ा डिस्करेज हो जाए। लेट्स कीप दैट शालीनता इन माइंड।
Delhi's district poll body has alleged coercion by Aam Aadmi Party MPs in a bid to gather details on objectors, going against the mandate of the ECI. Once an ally, the Congress has cornered the Aam Aadmi Party.
I don't think it's a very difficult election because the non-performance of Kejriwal as a chief minister and even worse performance as a local MLA makes it quite easy for us to critique him and find out a resonance amongst the voters.
The ECI has also made it clear that EVMs are beyond tampering.
There is no question of invalid votes in the EVM. No rigging is possible. High Court and Supreme Court is saying continuously in different judgments which are here. No alteration in results is possible by activating a Trojan horse or a virus. Evidence inspires confidence of the court that they are tamper-proof.
From Liquorgate,
पिछले 2 साल से शोर मचा रहे हैं कि दिल्ली में शराब घोटाला हो गया, शराब घोटाला हो गया, शराब घोटाला हो गया। इन्होंने मेरे को गिरफ्तार कर लिया, संजय सिंह को गिरफ्तार कर लिया, मनीष सिसोदिया को गिरफ्तार कर लिया। 500 से ज्यादा रेड मार ली पूरे देश के अंदर, कहीं कुछ नहीं मिला, एक धेला नहीं मिला कहीं पे।
to the issue of infiltration.
अरविंद केजरीवाल की सरकार विधिवत एक डिपार्टमेंट बनाई हुई है जो इलीगल घुसपैठियों का वोटर आईडी कार्ड बना रहा है। दिल्ली के लोगों को झूठी झूठी बातें करके वो इलीगल घुसपैठियों को वोटर बनाने में लगे हैं।
To the welfare scheme row.
दिल्ली के अंदर केजरीवाल को अगर सही मायने में एक शब्द से उसको डिस्क्राइब करना हो वो है फर्जीवाल।
Battleground Delhi is ready for a triangular contest. Will the Aam Aadmi Party be able to retain its bastion on the 8th of February?
All right, joining me in this conversation, national spokesperson of the BJP, Ajay Alok, is joining us live from Delhi. We have Abhishek Sudhir, political analyst, leans towards the right now. He's joining us live from Noida. We also have Feroz Bakht Ahmed, columnist, former Chancellor of the Maulana Azad National Urdu University. He's joining us live from Delhi. He's someone who began as a supporter of Aam Aadmi Party that subsequently turned against them or went away from them. And then on the other side, of course, we have the national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Akshay Marathe, AAP's official spokesperson, joining live from Delhi. We also have Renu Mittal. She's a senior journalist. She gives us a view on what's going on in the minds of the Congress leaders and the Congress supporters. And Satish K. Singh would be joining us in a bit, senior journalist, live from Noida, takes a neutral view. Before I begin the conversation, let's set the debate as to what we are discussing, by the end of which viewers would have an idea of whether it is AAP which is winning, whether Congress has any outside chance of making a comeback in Delhi. You know, politics can spring surprises. It's sometimes as much about chemistry as about math. And would the BJP succeed in dislodging the AAP on February 8th when the results are out? We also have questions like whether the Chief Minister's palatial residence, which was built for Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi, is going to be an election issue, as also, of course, whether this is going to be a freebies versus corruption insofar as setting the agenda for BJP is concerned. Then is soft Hindutva that the Aam Aadmi Party is sort of practicing for a while now going to cost its Muslim constituency in Delhi? Remember, 8 important seats there out of 70. And then for the Congress, is Sheila Dikshit, late Sheila Dikshit, is still the face on which it is contesting an election in Delhi long after she's gone? And then finally, for the Aam Aadmi Party, who's the Chief Minister's face really going into elections? Is it Arvind Kejriwal, who's still facing those legal hurdles, or Atishi, who's keeping the seat warm for him? Let's begin with Akshay on that note. Akshay, would you want to answer this question heading into elections? Is Arvind Kejriwal your Chief Minister's face or Atishi?
I think there is no doubt in any voter's mind today that Arvind Kejriwal is the face, he's the leader, he is the Chief Minister who people are going to vote for. If Aam Aadmi Party wins, and we are expecting to win with a landslide on February 8th, Arvind Kejriwal will be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. And we are confident, we are not overconfident, because we have done work in the last 10 years that has actually touch the lives of every Delhi resident. I want to just give you an example to start out. There are 18 lakh children who study in Delhi's government schools. Just imagine the kind of permanent change that intervention into children's lives has caused to the families of those 18 lakh children. In the last 10 years, 10 lakh more children have actually graduated from class 12 from Delhi's government schools. Just go out and talk to those people who are now adult voters of Delhi. They are the blocks, they are the foundation stones of Aam Aadmi Party's support in Delhi. We have provided OPD treatment to more than 2 crore people through the Mohalla clinics. Every day, 81,000 people attend OPD clinics in Delhi's government hospitals, get free treatment, free medicines, and do not have to wait for hours and hours in line as they have to in other parts of the country. So I don't want to get into a political slugfest over what BJP is doing wrong or other parties are doing wrong. We are fighting on the basis of our work, and we are confident the people who are benefiting from our work will vote for us.
Fair enough. Mohalla clinics, schools, and of course Arvind Kejriwal, who's your chief ministerial face. I mean, I wonder whether the legal hurdles have actually gone, or you will see in the mandate a vindication of sorts. Ajay Alok, if I could come to you, since BJP is the principal challenger of the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi, do you agree or disagree, and to what extent with what Akshay said?
Well, first of all, I would like to say Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is not Mr. Kejriwal, he is Mr. Kaptiwal. Because all he says is absolutely kapat. He's just fabricated a bunch of lies. And people of Delhi have seen this. Now, sitting here, you are saying his chief ministerial face. The Supreme Court, the Honorable Supreme Court has barred Mr. Arvind Kejriwal as chief minister to sign any file, to conduct any meeting, to preside any officers' meeting, to pass any orders. How can he be the chief minister? How can he be the chief minister? It's a common knowledge for everyone. And whole Aam Aadmi Party saying Arvind Kejriwal आएंगे, अरे कैसे आएंगे? कभी आ ही नहीं सकते हैं. ये तो कोई technical बात.
Quick rebuttal, Akshay. Quick rebuttal. He can't sign files. He can't pass orders. How can he be chief minister? That condition is going to remain even after February 8th.
The BJP has no other agenda, unfortunately. What should a viewer of this show take away? That Aam Aadmi Party saying Arvind Kejriwal will be chief minister, BJP
now
saying
let me
Arvind
complete.
So
no, would you answer? He can't sign files, he can't pass orders. How can he be chief minister? That's the question.
At least BJP is admitting Aam Aadmi Party is going to win.
No. Answer the question. If Aam Aadmi Party wins, can Arvind Kejriwal be chief minister because he can't sign files, he can't be passing orders? That's a court-ruled restriction.
I want to remind you that even when Arvind Kejriwal was in jail, he continued to be chief minister. The BJP went to the High Court several times. Please,
but there's a court order. Forget about, don't shoot from BJP's shoulder. There is a court order.
Let me finish. The High Court actually shot back at the BJP at that time, saying that he's on a constitutional position. The people of Delhi have elected him. We cannot remove him from his position. So any court of this country cannot tell anybody not to become chief minister unless there is a conviction against him.
Okay, now Ajay Alok gets to respond. Ajay Alok, you get to complete.
Not even trial.
Okay, Ajay Alok gets to complete. There is no conviction, is what Akshay Marathe says.
What I precisely understand that these constitutional lovers, संविधान की रक्षा करने वाले, they are going to appoint a caretaking chief minister also, like what we have seen in the political parties. There is a working president and there is a permanent president. That arrangement is maybe when, if at all, Aam Aadmi Party is going to come, which is a night dream actually. Now, why they will elect? Why they will elect people of Delhi? They have given their thorough support to Arvind Kejriwal in 2015, 2020 by giving him 67 out of 70, 62 out of 70, massive mandate to change the face of Delhi. Arvind Kejriwal also said, yes, I am going to clean the Yamuna by next election. Has Yamuna been cleaned up? Is Arvind Kejriwal Kaptiwal is going to take a dive in Yamuna?
Okay.
He will never do that. Imagine, we are a city. Delhi is known in the place of world as the capital of India, and in Delhi, in capital of India, there is a scarcity of drinking water, and government is colluding with water mafia to circulate water, and that too in the constituency of now chief minister. This is the state of the affairs. You are talking of free electricity, free pani, but you are getting bills everywhere, every month. Where it is gone? Instead of opening schools, you have sharab ki dukaan, one pay, one free. Kejriwal model of governance.
Okay, Now, before I go
You
to
talk of
Satish,
Mohalla Clinic and Arm Clinic.
Okay.
In the name of test.
Ajay Alok,
In the name
Ajay
of
Alok,
test. In the name of test.
Ajay
so
Alok,
many
you said the
Everything is a
BJP's
scam.
you said the BJP's counter to the Aam Aadmi Party, and I wanted to go to Satish Kissing. He was a little late in joining, but before I go to him, let me get the Congress view also, since that's the third key player, at least insofar as being in the contest is concerned. Renu Mittal, what's going to be the consequences for the Congress party after February 8th? I mean, I don't see any possibility of any outside chance also of the Congress, becoming consequential insofar as government making is concerned in Delhi. Then what are going to be the consequences for the leadership?
You see, I think that these elections are not going to decide the fate of any leader within the Congress party. It is true that at the moment it's looking difficult for the Congress to be able to form a government in Delhi, but they are putting up a good fight. They've given some good candidates and they are sort of hammering Kejriwal in and out as well as fighting the BJP. So the point is that the BJP has been waiting for 26 years. 26 years is a long time for Banwas or for any political party to come to power in Delhi, where they have consistently been winning the Lok Sabha elections, whether it's this Lok Sabha that's just gone or the two elections before that. So what is now happening is that the BJP doesn't have a face. We were told that Smriti Irani might come, so and so might come, but the workers and the leaders of BJP are unwilling to accept an outsider. The main problem with the BJP is that, and Kejriwal has lost some of his credibility but the freebies that he has been giving to the people of the city, I think they have contributed a great deal. So what the Congress would be doing is that their freebies they would like to increase. Now, if Kejriwal is promising 2,100 to women, Congress has announced 2,500. So, this freebie culture, I think only a Supreme Court very strongly and stringently can stop this, because it doesn't help the economy of Delhi.
You're saying you're not in agreement with the promises Congress party is making in desperation? That's clear sign of desperation.
Not in agreement with freebies by any party, whether it be Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, or wherever.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. But you said there are not going to be consequences for any leader. I think there are going to be consequences for Rahul Gandhi. Apart from, of course, the embarrassment of losing another election on the trot, the Indie allies are getting frustrated. Why give Congress the pole position within the opposition bloc if the Congress can't win elections? Haryana, Maharashtra, now Delhi. I think there are going to be consequences. Renu Mittal, you are disagreeing with that?
I'm disagreeing because you see elections, these are assembly elections. I think that there is a momentum by people like Mamata Banerjee or Kejriwal to put Congress leadership down. But I think that overall, where the big bloc is concerned, most of the parties are still with the Congress. And I think that one good win can alter the entire situation. I mean, things don't change so quickly in any political scenario, the way that you are painting out, that there would be consequences. I don't think so. And I think if Congress can put up a fairly credible show, if suppose I think Kejriwal is in
What is the best case scenario? What is the best case scenario? What is the best case
scenario is that if the Congress can manage, Sandeep Dixit can manage to defeat Kejriwal. You see, this is very much in the realm of possibility. If you look at the election going on in New Delhi and what is happening, because I think Parvesh Verma is not really a very serious player in this whole thing.
Abhishek Sudhir.
Sorry?
Abhishek Sudhir, you think between Pravesh Sahib Singh Verma and Sandeep Dixit, who has better chance of defeating Arvind Kejriwal?
Well, at the end of the day, we're in a first past the post system, right? The winning candidate only has to get one vote more. So if Sandeep Dixit is fighting Arvind Kejriwal, they're fighting over the same voters. The BJP's vote base remains intact. You may have said that it's been over 2 decades since the BJP came into power. But the Punjabi community, the trading community are with the BJP, continue to be with the BJP. Middle class, upper middle class continue to be with BJP. BJP is now making some headway with the Purvanchali voters as well. They're also looking at bringing in Dalit voters, poor voters into the fold who also have a say in New Delhi, for example. So if in a triangular fight, you have two sons of former chief ministers against, well, whatever Arvind Kejriwal is today, the super chief minister, if you will. I think elections are won on sentiment, and the sentiment is going against Kejriwal. I'm glad Renu at least acknowledged that Arvind Kejriwal has lost credibility. One also has to read the political tea leaves and look at what's happening behind the scenes. You had this bizarre insinuation today by Atishi that she has not been allotted a house. Now, I want your viewers to know that Atishi was allotted Shish Mahal on the 11th of October 2024, but Atishi has been barred from moving into Shish Mahal by Arvind Kejriwal for some reason. In December, Atishi sends a PS, Ashwati Muralidharan, and gets her to inspect Shish Mahal, and Atishi tells the Public Works Secretariat that there are 14 issues that need to be fixed with Shish Mahal. The Public Works Secretariat fixes those issues and then issues a habitability certificate, basically that it is fit for habitation. Okay. Now, within 5 days, a government bungalow must be occupied once the certificate is issued.
Okay,
those
are specifics. Those are specifics, Abhishek Sudhir. You know, as it happens in any election, and particularly with politicians, you know, they would want to max out on emotions, on sentiment. I think Atishi was factually wrong there. It has been
Abhishek, I just want to say that Arvind Kejriwal is trying to distance himself from Shish Mahal. Now, he is barring Atishi from moving into Shish Mahal. What is going on behind the scenes? What is going on behind the scenes?
Quick response, Akshay. Quick response, Akshay, before I go to Mr. Satish K. Singh and get in Feroz Bakht Ahmed also. Quick response.
I think the natural response to any accusation of the Shish Mahal is to look at the Rajaji's Raj Mahal, which has cost 2,700 crore rupees to the exchequer to build the Prime Minister's new residence. 8,400 crores were spent to buy the Prime Minister's new private jet.
Do you have evidence of these figures, sir? Do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? Because we have a CAG audit as far as Shish Mahal is concerned.
We have a
I have to come in here. Akshay, that's a factually incorrect comparison. That's a factually, you know, that's a factually, politically, even otherwise an incorrect comparison. You know, the Prime Minister's residence and the Chief Minister's residence, where some personal changes have been made. In the case of the palatial bungalow, 6 Flagstaff Road in Delhi, they cannot be compared. You see, the Prime Minister's residence at Lok Kalyan Marg is the same that a dozen odd Prime Ministers before Narendra Modi have occupied. You know, so and to the best of my knowledge, no other further changes have been made in the present setup since perhaps the last one, the major one that was made at the time of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, when I think the entire road was changed. So I think the comparison is facetious. It's not right. It's not right. It's not right. So let me take this forward.
Is it true? No, you should allow me the courtesy to make my full point before you allow somebody who is countering me to interrupt me all the time.
No, you are fully allowed to make a point, but I have to correct you factually also.
No, I think another guest tried to interrupt me. That's why I'm saying it's not fair that you allow somebody to cut through someone else. I did not interrupt anybody when they were making wild allegations against Arvind Kejriwal.
Why? So it's only wild allegations, then everything else is fine. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Is it true or not true that 2,700 crore rupees are being spent on the renovation of the Prime Minister's residence? You might say anything about
this is not correct.
This is not correct. Where do you have the figures?
No, this is not correct. This is not correct.
It's incorrect.
I request every viewer who's watching this show to Google right now Prime Minister's residence, 2,700 crore.
No. Google. Listen.
What do you mean Google?
Listen.
Has there been an audit by the Comptroller and Auditor General?
There is no need for Google. No. I'm not allowing this. This derails the whole debate. People of Delhi want to know what has happened, what has been done, on what basis they should be going out and voting. According to you, this is not an issue, right? Chief Minister's palatial bungalow and the changes that have been made, and we have seen the pictures, nothing like that ever has come out of the Prime Minister's residence.
Suddenly we are moving away from it. Why? Let's debate the Prime Minister's residence. Let's debate the Raja's Raj Mahal.
No, I don't think. No, I can't allow that. I can't allow that. No, I can't allow that because that's not the
audit as far as Shish Mahal is concerned.
That's not the point.
You want to talk about the Shish Mahal, but Raj
Your
Mahal
figures are wrong and factually incorrect.
The Raj Mahal.
Look at the Comptroller and Auditor General.
It is Prime Minister of India's residence. It is Prime Minister of India's residence, and you know,
not building his private residence. Arvind Kejriwal
is Prime Minister of India's residence, and the changes that have been made at 6 Flagstaff Road are, many of them, not all perhaps, but many of them are illegal. They have been flagged by the CAG, And that's
That
what
is the-
has come out.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm sorry. You are wrong. That is the chief minister's residence. It is not his private residence. Arvind Kejriwal does not own a single property in Delhi. That
It
is
is
the
not
reality
the chief
today.
minister's residence.
It is the chief minister's
Flagstaff Road
residence.
is not
It is
a
the chief
designated
minister's
house of the
residence.
chief minister.
It is the chief minister.
Six
Who are you to
Flagstaff
decide?
Road is not the designated
It is the Delhi
CM's
government. This
residence.
is not some Abhishek
Come
Sudhir
prepared to that. What do you mean? Who am I? Go to the
Who are you?
website of the
What do you
Directorate
know
of
about Delhi
Estates,
government residences?
the Ministry of Housing
Why
and
should
Urban
I trust
Affairs.
you?
6
You are a
Flagstaff
blind
Road is
supporter,
not the
blind
designated
bhakt,
chief
and
minister's
bhakt of the
residence.
Bharatiya Janata Party,
Arvind
and
Kejriwal
you will be able to
illegally
say anything
occupied
and we
those
should trust you.
bungalows and made a Shish
How
Mahal.
do you know that? Delhi government
that
has
is
designated
not the designated
bungalow
chief
to
minister's
that means
residence.
it is a government bungalow for the chief minister.
I think
How
we are
can you say
derailing
this
the
government
debate.
does not
We are
have the
derailing
power
the
to
debate. Let me get in.
designate
Okay,
the
now
designation
let's not
under the
derail the
Directorate of
conversation.
Estates, under
We are
the
having a
Ministry of
fantastic
Housing and Urban
conversation.
Affairs.
Let's not derail it.
Factually
It's a
incorrect.
facetious
You
argument.
come
I'm moving on.
completely
Satish
unprepared to
Kesing.
this debate.
Satish Kesing. Let me get in Satish Kesing. Okay. Satish Kesing.
That determines what is the
Abhishek, pull back. Abhishek, pull back.
Atishi has no right to Shish Mahal.
Okay.
That's why she's been offered 2 bungalows in civil
Only
lines.
Abhishek,
Only
pull back.
Rajas
She can
live in
take
the
Pull
Raj
back.
Mahal.
I told you. I told you.
Raj Mahal.
Politicians.
Raj Mahal.
Politicians
So she's not
play
homeless.
around with sentiments and try to get away with it. I'm not doing that on the debate. Satish Kesing,
No, but
let's
elections are won on
get
sentiments,
reasonable
Abhishek.
voices
The
in
Aam
the
Aadmi
conversation.
now built a Shish Mahal.
Abhishek, pull back.
Election
Satish
Commissioner.
Kesing, you are a senior veteran journalist. Abhishek, pull back. Abhishek, pull back.
Please
No,
heckler from this debate. Otherwise, we cannot carry on like this. He's a heckler, serial heckler.
he has
Please
pulled back.
stop it.
Akshay, he has pulled back. Akshay, he has pulled back.
I'm
Okay.
not heckling. You come unprepared.
Abhishek,
You don't
pull
do
back.
your research.
Mr. Satish Kesing,
You don't
let's
have the power
move
to designate
on.
a bungalow as CM's residence.
Let's move on. Mr. Satish Kesing, you heard all the sides of the political divide, the BJP, the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party. My question to you is, why is Delhi election so important? And does AAP punch above its weight just because this is Delhi, the national capital? Because if you look at the national vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party in 2024 general elections, it was 1.1%. Now, similarly placed parties like the NCP, Sharad Pawar, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray won 1.5% vote. Even parties that have more vote share like CPM at 1.8%, YSRCP at 2%, BJD, BSP at 2%, 1.5%. They don't get that kind of media attention as Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal does. What makes this election so acrimonious and so attention-seeking? Satish Kesing.
If you ask me frankly, I particularly question the word used by you, acrimonious. Is it? Is it so acrimonious? Is it?
It is not. Is it not?
There is a very strange case about Delhi.
Is it not?
No. I tell you why. I have a reason to offer. No, I have a reason to offer.
Go ahead.
You painted a wholesome picture of the country. The stakes are high for BJP, AAP party and the Congress party. See, Congress is not there at all. From the kind of exchanges that we saw between the AAP party and the BJP, this is very much clear that this is a polarized election between BJP and AAP party.
Okay.
For AAP, if Kejriwal wins this election, then he becomes a very tall leader in INDIA bloc, number one.
Okay.
Number two, if BJP wins, again, the reverses that they got in the Lok Sabha, 240, they will win 3 in a row here. So, this way, for our future, it's very important, or rather say, very critical.
Yeah.
And for BJP, it's marauding, you say, onward march is very important, number one. Number two, in INDIA bloc leadership, AAP, after winning this election, will say that Congress has nothing, because Congress fought alone here. And I believe the outcome of the Delhi election will depend on 3 factors. One, the Congress party's will to fight this election. Are they fighting? Number one. Number two, Dalit voters. Dalit voters by contextual things, I think it will get default. Kejriwal will get a default vote.
Why you say so?
I'm saying the same thing about Muslim votes. And if Congress But I tell you why. Because, you know, in the present context, it looks that is the Muslim voters and the Dalit voters are somehow tilted towards Congress. But Congress is not an issue in Delhi election. They are nowhere. They are nowhere. So
I don't know. I don't
this
understand
would be
why you say so.
But yes,
because
I do agree with you.
If you look at the Lok Sabha seats, all the reserved SC category seats, the BJP has a maximum share in the SC seats. I think vote share wise, I don't see any pattern which makes you say that the Congress party has a predominant sway over the Dalit Muslim votes. Yes, of course, Congress has effectively become the National Muslim League insofar as Muslim vote banks.
No, I'm not saying sway.
But not the Dalit votes.
I'm not saying that. Yeah, I tell you, yes, BJP got the 240 seats. That's right. But the reverses for BJP was primarily caused by erosion of the OBC and the Dalit votes in the Lok Sabha elections. So that's true. I'm not saying that they are just swept away. I'm not saying that. So that way Delhi election becomes very important as you ask the question, because BJP will say that they can't lose. Congress can never win. And if AAP wins, they will, stake a claim to the leadership in INDIA domain.
Yes,
Number
of
one.
course.
Number two, one more thing.
Yeah.
Yes, I do agree with you that the BJP has made a corruption a big issue. There is no doubt about it. But Kejriwal is the king of freebies. Every party, every government is following him.
Okay.
So that is his best chance to retain Delhi.
Okay.
If the freebie community votes with him and he gets some default votes, he may scrape through. But I do agree that this election is tough for him. I don't know that with what will Bharatiya Janata Party is fighting this election.
Okay, with what is Bharatiya Janata Party fighting this election, Ajay Alok? That's a question that I thought I would ask you, but I'm just adding. The issue with the Dalit votes, 12 reserved seats, all have gone to the Aam Aadmi Party in both the last elections. 8 Muslim dominated seats, 8. The BJP obviously is not a player there. And then, of course, this looming question that is being asked by the Aam Aadmi Party, Ajay Alok, Arvind Kejriwal versus who? That's a question you ask always. In general elections, Narendra Modi versus who? In the case of Delhi, it is Arvind Kejriwal versus who?
People of this country have trust. They have faith in the leadership of Narendra Modi. And we have seen this in Maharashtra, we have seen this in Assam, we have seen this in Haryana, we have seen this in Rajasthan, we have seen this in Chhattisgarh, we have seen this in Odisha. There was no state leadership defined. But we won the election comfortably and a chief minister was elected from the party and he's serving currently. And they're all doing good and exceptional work. If you take on Jogi ji, if you take on Hemant Vishwa Sharma, if you take on Mohan Yadav, everybody is doing an excellent job as a BJP chief minister. So that is not a question for us. Now here what we are going through. And let us compare chicken to chicken and eyeball to eyeball. What BJP has done in Sabine Center. We are also responsible for Delhi. So we tried just improving choking condition of Delhi by building eastern and western peripheral corridor, which led to the reduction in the pollution. We did Bharat Mandapam. We organized G20. We built National War Memorial. We placed Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. We tried to do everything possible. There's a phase 5 metro expandability, and metro is the only services which Delhi enjoys relentlessly, non-stop, without failure, without corruption. All these things the central government is doing on their own, because Delhi is not only anybody's state's property. It's a showcase of India. That's why when I say that showcase of India has a water problem and people have to pay for drinking water and there is a water mafia operating at the behest of the current chief minister, this is absolutely shameful.
Okay. Ajay Alok.
One after the other, people of Delhi have seen. And now the base of Arvind Kejriwal. Freebies won't save you anymore. Freebies won't save you anymore. The base of Arvind Kejriwal has eroded. Let the Shish Mahal be open for public from day after tomorrow. Let public go and visit the Shish Mahal. What today the rulers, why they want sauna for themselves? It's very cold, requires sauna. Why they want a 50 lakh commode for defecation? A normal pot doesn't let them to defecate, so they need a 15 lakh commode for defecation. What a Kejriwal. And why we are talking of Shish Mahal and Atishi today? Why we are talking? This was the same Kaptiwal who said, I don't need bada ghar ji, itne bade ghar ka main kya karunga, maine to wapas de diya. 2015, I'm just making them recall. Why the Shish Mahal was constructed? And he actually, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson doesn't know.
The Aam Aadmi Party
it's
leaders
not a
have
designated CM house. It belongs to the
Aam Aadmi
PWD.
Party leaders have said that they are going to open the Shish Mahal, as you say, tomorrow for public, and they are going to take people inside.
Why is the BJP so focused on the Shish Mahal? Why don't they talk
now
about
they can't do it because now election model code of conduct is there.
Government in Delhi.
It's not their purview. Again it is Kaptiwal. Again there is a kapat. With the announcement of election model of code of conduct has come into the purview. Sanjay Singh or any Aam Aadmi Party can't take it out of the Shish Mahal.
Ajay Alok, if the Aam Aadmi Party does that,
the poor person is not bothered about the Shish Mahal. You see,
that's a very valid point, Renu Mittal. The fact of the matter is that the freebies have really played some role. The freebies
that is the main election thrust, I think, of the BJP. This Shish Mahal. I mean, it's not a big issue. It's not an issue that will hammer with the poor voters of this city. You see, you have to talk about. You're not talking about the roads that Kejriwal never built. You are not talking about so much of infrastructure. You're not talking about what has been blocked by the Lieutenant Governor, who is a representative of the BJP.
What has been blocked? What has been blocked?
Whether it's police or
Renu Mittal, you tell me,
as
giving us the Congress voice, Renu Mittal, giving us the Congress voice, are you with AAP or with the BJP? Because the Congress party seems not to be with AAP on the ground.
No, of course it isn't. You see, Rahul Gandhi has been convinced that, the going with AAP has been very, very comfortable.
Ajay Makan, who is the senior leader of the party, possibly could have been the chief ministerial face. He is the treasurer of the party. He just 3 days back called Arvind Kejriwal anti-national. He was in fact going to hold a press conference and share evidence that Arvind Kejriwal is anti-national according to him. He was only stopped in the last minute because there was a call that came from, I believe, Stalin to Rahul Gandhi that in the interest of the India alliance, don't get these things out. And I believe, Renu Mittal, Ajay Makan perhaps had some evidence. So how are you defending Aam Aadmi Party when the Congress is not?
I don't know whether he had evidence or not, but the fact is that Ajay Makan has always been against the Aam Aadmi Party, even earlier when they were going ahead with, so is Sandeep Dixit. Even earlier when they went and supported the first time when the government was formed, these guys were always against it. So it's not a new thing. But now Rahul Gandhi has been convinced that it's not in the interest of the party to go with AAP. Many of their senior leaders like Lovely and Mateen Khan and many others have left the party. And they've gone with the Aam Aadmi Party because they believe that the Muslim...
there are equal number of leaders who have gone from the Aam Aadmi Party to the BJP also, Renu Mittal. But let me get in Firoz Bakht Ahmed. He has been waiting patiently for all this while. It's been more than half an hour now. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, Abhishek Sudhir made that point, I think, of the AAP and the Congress fishing in the same pond, in the sense that the vote bank for the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party is similar. The Dalits and the Muslim vote bank. And I would say there is an element of truth. So wherever the Congress loses, the Aam Aadmi Party gains, the Congress loses. Wherever the Congress gains, the Aam Aadmi Party is on the back foot. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, according to you, since you were earlier an enthusiast for the Aam Aadmi Party, what has gone wrong? You think the soft Hindutva that the Aam Aadmi Party has been playing of late is going to cost its Muslim vote bank?
Am I audible to you, Abhishek?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much that after 39 minutes you gave me time, and I wish that you should give me some quality time. You see, I'll answer your question first and a little bit of background. Since I have heard all my worthy participants, see, as far as Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are concerned, their vote clientele is the same. And rightly said by you, it is the Dalit, the poor people, the Muslims. However, today, let me tell you one thing. This election is going to be quite interesting as far as voting from the side of Muslims is concerned, because they are disillusioned with the Aam Aadmi Party, right? Because Aam Aadmi Party made many promises to them in their localities. I think there are 6 to 7 seats which are you call Muslim seats in Delhi, but people are totally disappointed with Kejriwal and company. One more thing, you told me that I supported Aam Aadmi Party, yes, very much, because we thought that politically this is a new system and it will take care of the corruption of BJP, Congress, Sapa, Baspa, all these parties. These people will be a pressure group and they fight their guns on the shoulders of people like Anna Hazare and then Kiran Bedi, Prashant.
I think we lost the audio there. Firoz Bakht Ahmed, you will have to connect again, I believe, because there's some issue with the audio.
Allow me to come in. I've been waiting patiently. I've heard 4 speakers who are speaking against the Aam Aadmi Party on this panel today. And that's great. That's totally your call. But please allow me to respond to all of these allegations that have been made against us. Let me start with Ajay Alok ji. I am very glad that finally Ajay Alok ji had the patience and the time to talk about the work that their party has done instead of abusing and accusing Arvind Kejriwal. That's a good thing. I'm very happy to hear it. But let me point out that Delhi is a semi-state and there are 2 issues that fall squarely under the responsibility of the Bharatiya Janata Party. So Aam Aadmi Party manages education, health, water, power, etc. BJP, on the other hand, has to manage law and order and housing. These are 2 very important issues that affect day-to-day lives of people. If you think about law and order, I want your reporters to go out and talk to any person who lives in Delhi today. They will tell you how insecure, how unsafe they feel under the leadership of Home Minister Amit Shah, who runs Delhi Police today.
Are you willing to pick up the tab? Are you willing to take Delhi Police? Are you, Akshay, are you willing to pick up the tabs for the expenditure on Delhi Police? Remember, the only reason why the Aam Aadmi Party government in the last 10 years in Delhi has been able to sustain its freebie culture is because Delhi has high tax citizenry, high tax paying citizenry, and it's a revenue surplus state. Though of course the revenue surplus has been coming down and down and down, and this year might be the first revenue deficit year for Delhi. But remember.
Allow me to speak.
I'm just putting across numbers. You say you want to take Delhi Police. Delhi Police expense for the last year was 11,000 crore rupees. The revenue surplus for Delhi is 3,000 crore rupees. Are you willing to take that? Your freebie culture might have to, go for a toss.
I'm willing to take it. Let me point out some facts to you. Aam Aadmi Party's Delhi government is the only government in India that provides all of these free welfare schemes, but we don't have a revenue deficit. We are the only government because we are run by an educated former IRS officer. That's why. And why am I saying we are willing to take on the Delhi police? Because these people who are running it for the last 10 years have made Delhi a hellhole when it comes to security. Because the central government funds Delhi police, they refuse to give us a share in income taxes. You mentioned Delhi has high tax citizenry. Yes, Delhi citizens pay 2 lakh crore rupees in income taxes every year. Do you know how much we get back from the income taxes that we pay? 300 crore rupees. It's a shame.
No. I have come prepared. Akshay, just fact checking. Just fact checking. Before I go to Abhishek Sudhir, just fact checking. BJP has not mistreated the Delhi government. The proof of which is. Let me complete. The proof of which is that the grant in aid from the center to Delhi has been increasing every year from 0.47% as a percentage of GSDP in 2014-15 to 1.5% in 2021. That's the last figure I have.
Thank you. Thank you for pointing it out. Now let me correct you.
Yeah.
There are 2 kinds of central devolution. One central devolution of taxes comes from our income taxes. We all pay income taxes. Our income tax goes to the central government. The central government
by that argument, Akshay, that's a flawed argument. I understand some economics. By that flawed argument, Mumbai alone should be given 1/3 of the devolution because Mumbai alone contributes 1/3 of the taxes of the country.
Are you saying Maharashtra does not get a share of central income taxes?
Not 1/3, not 33% that Mumbai contributes.
Not 1/3.
Delhi gets 0, and still we run a revenue deficit. We don't run a revenue deficit.
You are running into revenue deficit, and part of it or substantial part of it is because of the freebie culture that your government has practiced for the last 10 years. Abhishek Sudhir.
Let me make one point.
Quickly make one point. Abhishek Sudhir, wait, hold on. Akshay, quickly complete.
There is no BJP government that gives free power, free water, free and high quality education and healthcare, then why is it that all state governments run by the BJP are running into lakhs of crores of debt? The debt to GDP ratio in Delhi is only 3.4%, but in Gujarat it is 20%, in Rajasthan it is 35%. That is the kind of economic model that Aam Aadmi Party has given. We are a party of educated people. We are not a party of illiterates who are running these state governments to ground by their reckless corruption and mismanagement. That is the model that Aam Aadmi Party represents today.
You know, things are changing, Akshay. You know, you're right, because Delhi has run a revenue surplus on the back of high taxes that the Delhi citizenry contributes. The freebie culture could be practiced, but things are changing. You know, your revenue surplus has been decreasing every year, and this is the first year perhaps that Delhi might report a revenue deficit. But I'll let Abhishek Sudhir respond. Abhishek, how I think the BJP is little psyched out, Abhishek Sudhir, on the issue of freebies, because it has been wherever possible promising those freebies in its campaigns, be it Madhya Pradesh, be it Jharkhand, be it Maharashtra, and now Delhi.
Look, the spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson's argument can be demolished with one statistic that you yourself gave. They have a revenue surplus of 3,000 crores. It will cost 11,000 crores for them to fund the Delhi police every year. There you go. You have a revenue deficit of 8,000 crores. Okay, so this whole revenue surplus that they tom is because the union government heavily subsidizes all the services in Delhi, basically. Now, coming to the law and order point that he made, the law and order was an issue in the Lok Sabha election. You lost all 7 seats. Why? Because your chief minister was in jail. You want to talk about law and order? You want to talk about safety of women? We can talk about Swati Maliwal, a Rajya Sabha member of parliament from your party who was beaten black and blue in that very same Shish Mahal that we're talking about. There's been a
Swati Maliwal is not an election issue, Abhishek Sudhir.
Used to be rewarded by Arvind Kejriwal.
Swati Maliwal is not an election issue.
Kejriwal. Now who's interrupting?
Satish Kesing wants to come in. Swati Maliwal is not an election issue. Satish Kesing wants to come in. Do you want Satish Kesing want to come in on the freebie culture debate?
18,000. Abhishek.
Yes.
One point is 18,000 rupees to these
Abhishek, Satish Kesing on freebie culture. Abhishek, hold on. Satish Kesing on freebie culture. My question is, are the days where Aam Aadmi Party, Satish Kesing, are the days where Aam Aadmi Party could easily fund its freebie politics over with the kind of numbers we are getting on the revenue surplus or revenue deficit side now?
Yes, situation has deteriorated for them because there are two factors. One, I said in the beginning that Kejriwal is a Revdi king. Why do we call it Revdi? It should be called Bunyadi Suvidhaएं, basic amenities. And each and every leader of this
free
country,
power is not a basic amenity, Satish Kesing. Sorry, free power is not a basic amenity.
No.
I mean, power is basic amenity, but not free power.
No. For you may not be. No. 1 minute. If there are basic amenities, you call it. Arey bhaiya, if you are giving free ration, then you justify it. And everybody else, if he gives free ration, you call it Revdi. So this debate I find erroneous. I don't buy this argument. I just call it basic amenities. Revdi can be, like giving TV, giving me say Ola scooter or whatever like that. That can be. But it's basic amenities, number one. Number two, if you take the case of Delhi per se, I am saying that yes, this has become an era of transactional politics. And if you don't do anything, you give those remedies and you buy the votes. And every party is following that. But in the case of Delhi, one thing I must make this bit clear. I think Delhi is not a full-fledged state. I think every day I have been seeing over the last 3-4 years that every day there is a fight between LG and the Delhi government. How? Then which government is running this Delhi?
Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? That is the fault of Arvind Kejriwal.
It is a fault
Arvind
of
Kejriwal
BJP.
has had a problem with every LG. He had a problem with
only
Nadeem. He had a problem with
Anubhav will defend the LG today. Only an Anubhav of the BJP will defend the LG today. The LG is the most biggest villain of Delhi. Everybody knows that.
At least Atishi has established a functional working relationship.
Of the BJP will
you have a
defend
problem
the
with
LG
every
today.
LG.
And you are showing.
The LG is
when Sheila
is a
Dikshit was in
spokesperson of
power,
BJP.
or when the BJP had chief
LG is not
ministers,
an
the
independent
LGs were
person.
always
LG
from
is
other
a
parties.
BJP man.
You have to establish
LG
a working
BJP
relationship
man
with the
like you
Lieutenant
are.
Governor.
You know,
You did not get along with Najib Jal. You did not get along with Anil Baijal.
That's
You
right.
don't
You
get
are a
along with
BJP
BK
man.
Saxena.
Even the LG
When
is a
it suits
BJP
you, you
man,
blame
and I
the
have a
LG.
problem with you, and I have a problem with the LG. That is my political right. LG is
What
a
do you mean
BJP
the LG
appointed
is a
man. He's
BJP
been
man?
appointed.
The LG
He's
is
been
a
appointed by Home Minister Amit
constitutional
Shah.
You
He's
want
been
to
appointed
appoint
by
the LG, let Arvind Kejriwal become Prime Minister. Try and win a Lok
He's not
Sabha
an
election.
elected person.
You can't even win one
LG
Lok
is not
Sabha
an
seat in
elected
Delhi.
person. LG has been
Okay,
appointed
no,
by
this
the
is not
government.
now. This is not about. This debate is
The
not
right
about
to appoint
LG
the LG
versus
is
chief
the
minister or
man.
governor
That's why
versus
it's
chief
in the
minister.
center.
You know, we have those kind of debates happening. Earlier, we have done that. For example, just 2 days back in the case of Tamil Nadu, Akshay. But you know,
But Abhishek, he does not get along with a single LG, Abhishek.
no, that's
Every
a
LG
different
he has a
debate.
problem with.
That's a
Have a
Raj
problem
Bhavan
with Arvind
versus chief
Kejriwal.
minister is a different debate. Abhishek Sudhir, I'm not getting into it. I am not getting into it. It's pervasive. It's pervasive, but it's a different debate. It's not specific to Delhi. It's specific to Delhi. Akshay, you know, you have to defend this. Your revenue surplus is on the verge of becoming a revenue deficit. Every year it has come down. And another sign of, and you know, Satish K. Singh is saying that this is basic humanity. But the point is there are costs. The point is, are people willing to pay the cost? Because some people might get those benefits, but ultimately everyone taken together foots the bill. So for example, what is happening in the case of Delhi, and it's important, Renu Mittal, you know, between 2015 and 2022, the last numbers that I could get, on an average, Delhi's capital expenditure, capital outlay is down by 39% between 2015 and 2022 against a national average of 19%, which means obviously because the money is getting diverted to these freebies, there is less and less money for development work, development projects in Delhi, and the people of Delhi ultimately, if not now, 5 years down the line, would pay the price.
Let me dispute that, sir. That is not correct at all. In the last 10 years, we have built 39 new flyovers, 6,500 new lines of sewer lines, 5,000 kilometers of water pipelines, 22,000 new classrooms, 4,000 new hospital beds. All of this.
Why did the UGC aspirants down in Mukherjee Nagar? Did you clean the sewers?
Please stop.
Delhi was
heckling me,
drowning this monsoon. Delhi was drowning this monsoon.
Abhishek.
Do you take responsibility for the deaths of those UGC aspirants?
I'm not interested in this tutu meme,
Abhishek.
The UPSC aspirants, speak about that.
Abhishek.
There were 18 stormwater drains, Abhishek. Saurabh Bharadwaj did not clear those drains.
Renu Mittal, you wanted to comment. Renu Mittal, I'm left with last 2 minutes. Renu Mittal, you wanted to comment.
I want to just say one thing, that if there has to be a state called Delhi, then it has to be given full powers to run with full responsibility, full accountability. It cannot be that most of the crucial decisions are taken by the center and then they're offloaded onto the state or vice versa. There is this slanging match going on non-stop between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party for the last 10 years, which was not the case when Sheila Dikshit was there. She was getting along. She would go and meet Advani ji when he was the Home Minister, have tea with him. She would go and meet the Lieutenant Governor. Things would get done in an amicable fashion because we have been witness to that. The fact is also that Kejriwal is a highly strung man, I think. I don't know him personally, but he is very abrasive, and in his relations, he speaks without thinking also a lot of
Let me take this to Ajay Alok.
Apart from that, I want to just make the point that the fact is that the powers have been so divided that, you know, no party, elected government has to take responsibility and accountability for their actions, but they don't have the wherewithal to do it.
Let me take this to Ajay Alok.
It is being governed by the center.
Renu
What
Mittal.
kind of a state? We have to reorganize this whole thing. After the elections, I think all political parties must sit down and look at what has become of Delhi.
Ajay Alok. Since BJP was in the vanguard of making Delhi a full-fledged state in the early 90s, I began by saying that, you know, you have to respond to this. This ping-pong between the center and Delhi as a union territory, would something happen after elections on that front, or can something happen?
No, this ping-pong only started when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal came in. Otherwise, there was no ping-pong because Mr. Kaptiwal is in a habit of playing ping-pong. Look, we don't need a chief minister in Delhi who keeps on crying for every little thing. In Corona times, हमारे पास 6 घंटे का ऑक्सीजन बच गया है जी. इन्हें हमें एलजी साहब काम नहीं करने देते हैं जी. प्रधानमंत्री जी हमें जेल में डाल देते हैं जी. हम ये नहीं कर पा रहे हैं जी. अरे what are you able to do then? What are you here for?
He's not answering.
You can
the
do
question.
all good little things in this world. When you're the chief minister, you want to do things with your own.
Okay.
But when it comes to performing, your performance is a big zero.
Okay,
That is the fact.
I have
And
run
people
out
of
of time.
Delhi have
I wanted a
realized
quick comment from Satish Kesing. Satish Kesing, the Chief Election Commissioner, in the press conference that he did today to announce the dates for Delhi elections, said that please do not compromise the dignity of elections by attacking the Election Commission and the electoral process that we have seen, unfortunately, panning out between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. Satish Kesing, quickly, should the parties behave themselves?
I think both parties should behave like all the contesting parties as well as the election.
All right, I have run out of time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's my closing comment. You see, irrespective of the heated campaign that we are going to have from now till the 5th of February, friends, all political parties should keep that in mind, that their campaigns can motivate, demotivate electorate, particularly the young ones, as the Chief Election Commissioner said earlier in the day. And so when they make those comments, they should be mindful of the fact that they are here to strengthen democracy and not weaken it in any manner. All the best to the electorate of Delhi, and thanks for joining us. On the other side of a short break, Niranjan comes with a hot debate there on illegals and the issue of whether they should have any rights, including jobs in India. On the other side of a short break.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
आइस बोला था लाने को, लद्दाख चला गया, पूछा फोन पे इतना बिजी क्यों है, तो क्या बोला तू? हाँ, माउंटेन्स वर कॉलिंग।
डॉक्टर जहांगीर उस दिन सनसेट देखने छज्जे पे चढ़ा, टूट गया।
हाँ, तू किसने